On today's Moving the Chains, Jerel, we've got a great interview, a very special guest, the new head coach of the Goose Creek Gators, Jamie Fordham.
Yeah, caught up with Coach Fordham today. We love dabbling down there in the Low Country, so it's good to have him on the program and tell us about his career. I mean, former trainer, former player, and more importantly, an alum of Goose Creek. So that's always a special opportunity. So it's good to catch up with him, hear about his plans for the future and what he's got cooking up.
Yeah, always great to see the hometown guys get a chance, man. Excited for him in that program as they move forward for sure. But once again, today on Moving the Chains, Jamie Fordham, the new head coach at the Goose Creek Gators. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at Moving Chains. That's MOVINCHAINS.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.
Welcome into Moving the Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a great interview today, a very special guest, the new head coach of the Goose Creek Gators, Jamie Fordham. Coach, how you doing today?
And I'm doing great, man. I appreciate you guys having me on today, man. It's a privilege and an honor.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time. We really do. If this is you guys' first time tuning in, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, YouTube, and more at Moving Chains, our website, movingchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach Fordham was hired in March. He's been the running backs coach for the Gators and on staff since 2015. He's also an alum of Goose Creek High. Coach, let's start there, man. What's that transition been like, being on staff for so long, being an assistant, but now finally getting to be the head man there for the Gators?
Man, it's really a dream come true. I never really anticipated doing that. I always just wanted to come back and give back some kind of way. And just to pour back into the program that's done so much for me, man, and help mold me into the man that I am today. And the doors just happened to open up and the chips fell how they fell, man. And I'm blessed and honored to have this opportunity.
Well, yeah, you definitely have poured in. You've been, like I said, been a member of the program since 2015. But let's go back to your background. Player there, went on to play in college, also been a trainer. If you don't mind just kind of detailing your stops as a player, your work as a trainer in the community, and then also, being an assistant and up to this point.
Yeah, man. So played here, started playing. It was head coach then was Danny Sawyer. And then Coach Reedy came in going in my sophomore year, going into my junior year. And that was a culture shock for everybody that was here, man. And I remember that first spring he got here, and he yelling at me every little thing we do. I'm like, I don't think this guy likes me, man. And then we had a meeting at the end of spring, and he was like, do you want to play college football? At that point in time, I just started. I didn't even think it was possible, but he kind of guided me, man, and showed me what it takes to get to that level, man, and help me out, steered me in the right direction. Ended up at Coastal Carolina playing under David Bennett. Played there for 4 years. When I graduated from there, I stayed on to do my internship with the strength and conditioning program. That's when I started falling in love with that. And then me and my roommate, Ronald Washington, we just sat home one day in the dorms like, man, we need to do something to give back when we get where we came from. So when it's all said and done, we're done playing ball, I would like to go back home and start training athletes and giving them some insight and giving them details that we didn't have growing up. And so that's what really started the process, man. So I came on home, started training in 2010, and opened up a small facility. It was about 500 square feet, man. It was called Swift Sports Performance, me and Ron. Then moved on to what we called the factory. It went from 500 square feet to over 8,000 square feet facility where we did basketball, football, track, all sports. We had some fitness going on. And did that from 2010 until up until last year when I kind of hung it up to come back to coaching again full time. So, and then fast forward now and look at what's going on. So I never started out coaching with the anticipation or with the hopes and dreams of being a head coach. It just happened to play out that way for us. And I'm a firm believer in that God does everything for a reason, man. And I just keep my faith in God. I pray. I read, and I just let God guide me, and I just follow the way, man. And got me in this seat right now, man. I'm more than excited. I'm happy. I'm energized for the opportunity, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen with myself as well as Goose Creek football.
You know, Coach, it's always a key, especially for a first-time head coach, is getting that staff filled out around him, get some guys, you know, that really are good coaches there with him. You know, how is that, you know, process been for you? Is it full now? Are you still hiring a couple guys? And who are some guys maybe you brought in you might want to shout out here in the program today?
Oh, yeah, man. So I've been blessed to have a couple of experienced coaches. Well, we have Coach Lee Taylor. He's been a head coach in South Carolina for some time. We have Coach Joe Marion, who's going to be heading up the defense for us. He's been a successful coach in the area for a while. We have Coach Doug Shaw coming down from Powdersville, who's going to head up our defensive line. I brought back Coach Sam Mallard, who I view as one of the best offensive line coaches in the Low Country area, not let alone the state. So he's going to be here trying to shore up our guys. We have Jonathan Bennett as a quarterbacks coach, played at the Citadel, played at Somerville, and played at Liberty. We have DeAndre Daniels, who is an alumni from here as well, but he went on to play, Miami of Ohio and South Carolina State. So he's back heading up our secondary. We have, I got Deshaun Baylock, who's a great coach. He was out there helping with the Citadel this year, so he's coming back to help us out on the offensive side. And we have quite a few coaches, man, that I was blessed in order to fill out a good roster of coaches. Like we have some former alum that know what the standard was here, that have played under Coach Reedy, that were part of the program, that can help feed into the athletes to understand what it means to play for Goose Creek. So we got that kind of feel to it. We have some young coaches who have a whole lot of energy, and we have a lot of wisdom from our older coaches who have been taking our young coaches under their wings a little bit, and who have been a great help to me as far as navigating the life of a head football coach, kind of showing me the ropes, man, telling me who I should talk to, who I shouldn't talk to, what I should do, what not to say. So it's been a great help to have those guys around. It's been great to have the community as far as how they've been supporting and how they've been trying to pour back into the boys. And the kids are just excited for fresh blood, fresh faces, and a new opportunity.
Coach, I like the fact that you've kind of made that blend in your coaching staff, former head coaches, things like that. As you kind of like navigate your way in this first time opportunity as a head coach, what kind of, process have you kind of put in place for yourself as far as like an archetype? Do you kind of see yourself as like that CEO type? Or are you going to be a motivator? And then like what types of schemes do you plan on running on offense and defense?
Yeah, I'm naturally a motivator for some odd reason. It just happens. I guess all the years of being a trainer, you have to kind of find out how to bring the best out of guys. And so that's been what I've been doing since I started coaching, just figure out a way to motivate kids a certain type of way to get the best out of them. As far as me bringing in these coaches that I've done, I brought these coaches in for the aspect and the perspective of me being able to CEO a little bit. I trust their knowledge. I trust their interaction with the kids. So it allows me to kind of take my hands off a little bit and be able to try to build the program the right way and not take any shortcuts. As far as our schemes, offensively, we've gone back to open it up a little bit, man. We're not going to be single wing this year. So we've been blessed, man, with the talented kids that we keep in Goose Creek. We've been blessed to kind of reload a little bit and be able to find depth at the receiver's position, be able to develop a quarterback who has about 3 more years of eligibility left for us, and he's going to be a pretty special kid for us. So we're gonna spread it out a little bit more, man. Bounce between a little bit of 10 and 11 personnel, and just be able to showcase the abilities that our kids have. I think it was important for us to understand who we have in the building in the spring and figure out who are the guys that we need to touch the rock. We all know it's more about Jimmys and Joes than it is about scheme all the time. So we just been blessed to have a lot of Jimmys and a lot of Joes around that we can kind of get the ball in their hands, man. And on defense, we're kind of looking at that too high shell. We have a couple guys on the D-line who can get after the quarterback a little bit, but our linebacker group is pretty deep as well. So we just wanted to find different ways to allow these guys to play fast and free. And we've been spending a lot of time in the classroom because being such a young team, you don't realize how much football they don't know until you get them out there and you start talking to them a little bit. So we had to kind of step back a little bit and just introduce and chunk the information to them. And I think the kids are comprehending really well. kids are smart. They're excited. So you got to kind of slow them down a little bit. Everybody wants to compete at everything, but we got to slow down and learn a little bit, guys. And then when we let you off the leash, we'll let you off the leash.
Coach, you mentioned him earlier. You've been around some really great head coaches with Coach Reedy and then Coach Bennett at Coastal. But who are some guys, and maybe it's those two, who have really kind of rubbed off on you that you kind of try to take things from now as you become your own head coach and become your own type of coach, I guess?
Yeah, man, I've been blessed, man. Like you said, Coach Reedy, he's somebody who I never knew somebody that can believe in you so much before you believed in yourself. But also with him, I had my running back coach in high school was Coach Leonard Covington, who was a great coach. He's coached all the great running backs here at Goose Creek. That's one thing, if you've ever been around Goose Creek, they might not have a lot, but we'll have a running back here. So Coach Leonard Covington, I remember he means so much to me, man. I broke my arm my sophomore year in high school, and the next morning I woke up walking down the hall, Coach Covington's already sitting in the living room. And it was just that kind of interaction that made me want to be that kind of guy for the players that I get to come in contact with. So that's what drove me the most to be relational, to understand what it means to actually care about them outside of the game of football, and to get to know them on a more personal level. And that's what I think a lot of times is missing. Everybody wants to win games. That's important. But how are we developing these young men for their future? And are they going to be the type that look back and invite you to their weddings, and invite you to come see the babies when they're born, or reach out to you on your birthday? Or if they see you in the streets, they'll come across the street to say hi to you instead of avoiding you and duck it off somewhere. So that's what really drives me, man, is just trying to really make a difference and help mold them into being the great men that they have to be in the future, great fathers, great husbands, great sons. And I hope I have a hand to play in that. But that's what my motivation comes from in that stance. And Coach Bennett, going back to him, everybody knows Coach Bennett need more dogs.
Yeah.
Need more dogs. And it was an uproar. It's funny now because everybody was surprised, but that was a day-to-day thing, man. He had stories like that on a daily basis. So you love Coach Bennett. I have the utmost respect for him because when I got to school, my clearinghouse stuff got messed up a little bit. They were supposed to send me home, but he paid for me to stay in school until everything got straight. And so that's why in today's era of transfer portal, I still wouldn't have left. So I just love Coach Bennett for that. And just having those guys like that who have poured into me, man, who have showed me what it is to make a difference. And then also coaching and working for guys like Chris Kander, even Coach Winstead, man. Coach Winstead has done a lot for me. I have the utmost respect for him, and wish him nothing but success in the future. So I've been blessed to be around some great coaches and great men to kind of glean from.
Coach, I'm glad you brought this up earlier, the Jimmies and Joes. And I know that probably ties into your background as a trainer, and an athlete yourself. You want to give the playmakers the balls. And, Moving the Chains is a players first podcast. That's what we like to talk about, shining a light on the great talent in state that we have here in South Carolina. Tying it back to your program, you mentioned that it's a young team, but maybe who are some of those young guys that you've identified early, in the spring throughout the summer that, think will be difference makers for you? And maybe some special players you have coming back that have already, that are proven performers.
Yeah, man. So proven performers, we have a young guy named Elijah Mack, man. He's a rising senior. He's last year he played a lot of D-line for us. He played on the end, but he's a versatile kid, man. He's a little undersized to play defensive line at the next level, but he has all the tools and skill set to play linebacker as well. So what in the spring we've done, we try to give him a little versatility, man, move him around from place to place to try to put him in position to make himself as marketable as possible for that next level. So he's going to be one of the stalwarts on our defense, man. He's an outstanding young man, a great student, great athlete. It's just he's one of the kids that you wouldn't mind your daughter dating if you and usually you don't say that about too many football players. You either want one way or the other, right? But he's a great young man. So I look forward to him having a great season this year on that D-line. When it comes to our secondary, we bring back a young man named Hayden Denmark, who missed the last 4 or 5 games of the season last year due to a knee injury. He's a rising junior this year. But Hayden has come back, gotten a lot bigger, a lot stronger. And we look forward to him to being like the headhunter out there, if you can say that nowadays. I don't know if that's a good one. But he's a guy that he loves to play physical. He loves to play aggressive. And he's one of those old school type of football players where if the ball's in the air, you better look out. We might get a couple penalties because keep his head out of it all the time, but we're working on that part. But Hayden's going to be a good guy for us offensively. One of the young men at quarterback, Tyler Holmes, we moved him from being a blocking back last year to now he's full-time quarterback for us. And I think he's going to take a big leap this year, as well as our running back, Sincere Lewis, who has all the tools to be at least a FCS running back. Sincere came in after Christmas break, he was about 170 pounds. Now Sincere's hanging around 190. And he got a lot faster, a lot stronger, and I look forward to him having a big year. If he doesn't have a 1,000-yard season, I'm not doing something right. So, I think those guys, and we have about 6 receivers out there, man, that will be flip-flopping to figure out who's going to be the guy for us. But we have some guys out there who are we have a young guy named Karan Singleton McCoy, who is going to be real good for us. We have a couple other guys that we're looking to step up and show us what they're made of, really, man, because I think this team, we're young. We'll have a lot of sophomores and juniors that start and make plays for us this year. But I think that the experience that we've had last year from adversity, you either get better or get worse. And I think these guys have decided to dig in and get better. And I'm excited to see what we do when it comes time to kick it off in the fall, man.
Coach, we're talking to you now. It's kind of late July, so you've been through spring practice, been through a lot of 7-on-7 stuff, all that type of stuff. What have you learned about your team so far that makes you excited for this upcoming season?
They don't quit. And even being involved last year, we got the brains beat out of us a few games last year, but if you looked around, the kids never started fighting with each other. They never gave up. We got beat, but it wasn't because we didn't try. And that's the main thing. We came into the spring, everybody's been upbeat. They've been excited, and we've responded well to adverse situations. And I told the coaches before, when we came out of June, we kind of see when it was fresh in the spring, everybody's excited and popping around. Well, let's challenge them a little bit more in July to see how we respond to adversity. And we've been responding pretty well to me. So I think that's the thing that sticks out to me most about these kids is they don't quit, they don't give up, and they don't get down on anything, man. You fuss at them, you yell at them, you hold them accountable, and it's more so, yes, sir. And they dig in, and you don't have to hold them accountable for the same thing multiple times. And that's the thing I love right now. So hopefully I can keep it going in the right direction, man. I don't lose focus, and I don't get too soft and easy on these guys and let them start running wild. But I'm excited about this group of kids, man. And it's just, I believe in them. It's just as much as they believe in us. And I just want to see what kind of magic we can create this season.
This is a program that's, had some tough seasons. You've been a part of the staff here, so you're well aware of that. But also, this is a program that's had some great seasons as well, and dang sure had some great players. And you got guys playing in the NFL right now. Can you really tell that this is a community that's hungry to get back as a winner and really wanting to perform?
Oh yeah, you can tell from day one, man. We had the Meet the Coach event, and we had people from all walks of life show up. And now, ever since we started summer workouts, man, I've had old players coming in. I've had old players calling. Had talked to Javon Kinlaw, talked to Brandon Jerel. We had Tramel Terry come down to talk to the kids, and you can just tell the atmosphere around Goose Creek right now is a little electric right now because everybody wants to see what's going to happen, and they're excited for these kids and excited they try to get the creek back where it used to be. So it's a tall task. It's some big shoes to try to step into. But I'm excited about it, man, and I look forward to what we're going to do here.
Coach, you kind of hinted at it earlier, man, saying, it's a dream come true. But, how special is it to be the head coach at your alma mater, man? That's something that not a lot of folks get a chance to do. So it's got to be a really cool experience for you.
And it is, man. And during the interview process, I was just telling them, they ask you questions, why do you want to be the coach here? And, you couldn't make it up. So I just sat there I am Goose Creek. I said, I mean, think about it. I've grown up right across the street. So ever since I was a young boy, I had an older cousin that played at Goose Creek when I was little. And I remember when they first got the all-new all-black uniforms, I was sick and couldn't go to the game. And I remember he came knocking on the door with a few of his teammates so I could see the uniforms. And so they wore their uniforms in my house, man. And ever since then, man, I've been a Gator through and through. And I know what it is to have been in the ups. I know what it is to have been in the downs. I know what it is to grow up here, the trials and the tribulations you face, but I also know when you get it rolling, how the community embraces and they love you. And that's something I'm excited to bring back, man. And like I said, the community's excited for it. And I'm just, it's a blessing to be able to lead the program that helped mold me and shape me into the man I am today.
Founders Federal Credit Union means banking made for you. The on the go, the pick up and go, and the oh, I want to go. Because at Founders, we give you the financial tools that make every dollar work for you. For the little things to the big things. For your future and your peace of mind. We'll always stay grounded in our roots, but reaching beyond what you'd expect is where we'll always go. Find out what our members already know and enjoy a new way to bank. Relax, you're with Founders.
All right, a couple easier ones for you, Coach. Let's go today. Maybe on the bus to an away game, maybe in your office for a home game. But what's on your pregame playlist if you go to take the field on Friday nights?
Oh man, I'm a church boy, man. So
okay,
I like to keep myself a little even keel, man. I like to just listen to some worship music, man, just to keep me focused and keep me grounded. I can't get too hyped, even when I played. If I got too hyped, it'd be a bad day for me. Man. I'd go out there and do something crazy, but. So I like to stay a little grounded, man.
I like
Love that, Coach. Well, this podcast, if you ever listen to us, we ask a question to everybody, every guest that we have on, and it revolves around food. And you live in the Low Country with some of the best food, not just in the state, but in the country. And you're from the area, so you got to put us on some spots. If Kevin and I come down to a Gator game down there, what are a couple spots that we got to hit up in the area?
Oh man, y'all put me on the spot with this one. If you like barbecue, we have, well, I think Rodney Scott's is closing, but Lewis's barbecue is pretty good. You go down.
Okay.
That's a good place to go. We have, man, that's a tough one, man. I eat everywhere, man.
What's your favorite spot? It don't have to be it don't have to be somewhere well known. It's just, could be mom's house, something like that, where it's a little hole in the wall. What's the spot to go to?
Can't go wrong with mom's house, man. But there's a place down here in Charleston called Bertha's.
Okay.
You have to try it. Great. If you like Southern soul food cooking, then you try Bertha's, man. I'll give you that one. That's
the one. That's the one. All right.
I put a star by that one. I got it. Coach, everybody always gives the answer, the coach speak of, hey, we take it 1 week at a time. We don't look too far down the road, all that type of stuff. But have you let yourself think at all, I guess, about what that first home game is going to be like when you come out of the locker room and look around knowing that, that's your program now, where you grew up, where you spent all your time, and you're now the head man there leading those guys?
Yeah, man. I think about it all the time, man. And I talk to, like you said, some of the older coaches. They try to tell you, man, it's expectations. But I'm not good at that, man. And like I've been preaching to the kids, why not out? Why not us? Why not now? And the expectation is to win everything. And so will we win everything? That's left to be said. But our expectation is to go out here and win everything that we do. We win every rep in practice. We're trying to win every rep in the weight room. We're trying to win every single thing we do in the classroom. And so that's the motto, man. That's what we're going to stick to. We're just going to continue to relentlessly pursue excellence, and the goal is to win everything. So I expect us to win. I'm not trying to downplay anybody else or make anybody feel like we're cocky or anything about that. But if I'm not expecting to win, then what am I expecting to do? And we're not here to lose, right? So,
man,
it's the mindset, man. So hopefully it resonates, and hopefully it plays out the way I expect it to, and we'll come out and win some games this year that people don't think we're supposed to win.
Well, Coach, that kind of wraps it up. That's what we wanted to ask you. You kind of you answered two questions in one, because we do want to know, what is that ultimate goal that you have for the program for this year?
And that's it, man. Just be successful. And the kids, I'm not going to tell the kids we're trying to build a program and it's going to take 2 or 3 years. I don't want to hear that. Like, everybody puts that on. It's like, who wants to hear that, right? And so I'm thinking, why not now? Like, let's go do it and let's go win. Let's put our best foot forward. Let the chips fall where they fall. But if we're going to play hard, we're going to play aggressive, we're going to play physical, and we're going to see where we are at the end of the night. And the expectation is to win.
Well, this has been great. I want everyone to go follow Coach Fordham and the Gator program on social media. They do a great job posting updates on their kids and their program. Certainly check them out on there. Like I mentioned, follow us on all social media, our website, movingchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach, we really appreciate it, man. This has been a lot of fun for sure. Jerel, do you have any last questions for Coach? We'll let him go today.
No more questions. Just want to say thank you for your time, Coach. This is just always special. Like, it's always special when people get, these new opportunities to lead programs. But it again, it's got to start by it. You being an alum, your first opportunity to lead a program being, your alma mater. We just wish you continued success. We know you're these ones where there's not much more motivation that you can get here. And so, what you've told us today, we just know you're going to be successful. We'll certainly be cheering for you guys, and, certainly just wish you the best. Stay healthy and, just get after it this year.
And I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate the well wishes, and hope to see y'all down here, man. Catch a couple Gator games, man. We go to get us some birthdays afterwards or something.
That's right.
That sounds like a plan there.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm back. Practice your game. Get to meet you here in person soon, and best of luck this season. All right.
All right. Thank y'all.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.